Welcome, this is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Centangle Teacher, and I'm a little late today getting my tangle pattern out, but today I am doing Compass Daisy by Helen Williams, and I loved her website. I was so sad when she quit and took down her website. It had just beautiful things, and I'm so glad I bought most of her books that she had. But today we're going to do Compass Daisy without the compass. So I am just going to take, which I have some new vitals in, and which I'm so excited about. I have them in black, gray, white, and brown, and I'm going to do one on a brown vital just because it's new and I can do it. And I should say I did it on this little Compass Daisy on this thank you card, and which would be fun because you could put the vital right inside the you could do it on the outside and then put one on the inside when they opened it. They're just fun. So we're going to do the Compass Daisy. Oh, and I don't want my PN pen. I want an 01. This is a Micron 01 in brown. And so I am just going to start with a circle about the size of a pea. I'm going to come in a little bit so you can see this. A large pea. It's bigger than the end of my pencil, about the size of the end of my pen. So if you look at that, it's about the size of that. And then we're going to start, and because Helen used a compass and drew her circles, hers were perfect, and mine are not going to be because I love the fact that there's that little nature thing in them. So now we're going to draw a rice kernel, a large rice kernel on all four sides. So it's pointy at the top and pointy at the bottom. And we have one in 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. And now in between each one of those, we're going to draw another one. And I find it much easier if I rotate, put my pen as a little dot, and then draw down. If I try to do it other ways, I don't get this rice kernel shape. I get, I don't know, another shape. That's just me. So now I'm going to put one in between, and it's going to come all the way down to a point and nestle right in between all of these other little rice kernel petals. And when we finish, you should have 16 petals going all the way around. And I'm going to come right back in right now and fill in this little space that's in between here at the bottom. I just like to fill that in and it gives drama to this tangle, and I just like to fill that in. Now we're going to take and we're going to do a half rice kernel. I taught this in my class and I didn't say that, and she tried to put the whole rice kernel, so we're going to kind of go. So it's just half of it, so that you'd think that the whole thing would go down in there. But we're just going to do half of it. And I again like to put a dot in between these two and then draw my point down. And we should end up with 16 petals going around. And they're all very pointy. And the one thing about this Compass Daisy is that you can decide how big or how small you want it kind of on the fly or as you're going around. So now I have 2 rows, and you can see that mine are, it would just look like it was a larger petal going down in, but there's no point going down. Now I'm going to put 1 more row, so I have 3, and I'm going to do the same thing, put a dot up here, and then draw my 2 petals, my sides down. And these are a little larger. And they're not, you know, not super uniform, but they are somewhat uniform. But nature, you know, all leaves are not exactly perfectly the same size, and so we just draw around on this compass daisy, and I am just slowly rotating as I go around. You know what, I just got thinking, I wonder if there's more than 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 16. I had just known the math I was doing, and I hadn't actually counted them. So there we have the compass daisy. Now, I like to go in and aura this outside leaf, or maybe even all the little petals that are in there. And I like to aura on the inside, not the outside. I find that much, I don't know, I just like the way it looks. And I think that's what Helen had done, it was on the inside. Rotating, slightly rotating as I go around so that this hand is firmly placed down, and it just gives me some stability, and I can have that, just that feel. So there we have it all the way around, and I could go back in again and do this smaller one. I really like what that does to this particular tangle when we aura. All the petals around. And I'm not going to aura that inside one. I think I'm going to color it. But here we have, and I would put another one, and it's fairly close to this one. And I'm going to go ahead, and I'm only going to put, we'll see, maybe 1, maybe 2 rows of petals. So I give this a little variety. Not all of them are going to be, you know, 3 rows of petals. I hope my lighting was good enough. Oh, I've really been working on lighting, and so I had some new lighting, but there we have just one, and I think I'm going to leave it just the 1 row. And I'm just going to darken in that little center and give that, and I could even come back and just put a little line that comes out in between each one of those, a little takeoff line. So you have it, and now I think I'm going to put another one. And again, the same method. That's what Zentangle is repetitive pattern drawing. And so we take a pattern and repeat that pattern over and over until we have our art. All the way around. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a second row. And a little holly bow if it comes very close to the one by it. I'm going to just draw under. All the way around. So you can see we're getting quite the little look on here. And I'm going to go ahead and color this in. I think I'm going to do this one so it has some little stripes and they're just a tad rounded. I call this cross hatching. So I don't have to give it a dark center, but I can give it a some texture. So, but you can see how fun that is. Now, what's kind of fun when you do a dark, I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just, it has just a slightly different color on the PN pen, and so I almost started to outline it with that 01, but I want a little bit of different color or aura, and so I came back with the PN because it has just a tiny bit different color. And now I'm going to come in and I am going to take my oh goodness, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to do a little shading in here. And whenever I shade on brown, the paper discolors a little bit as I'm doing it, because it shows the wet, and so we have to just ignore that for a minute. And give ourselves a little, and I think I'm going to take and cross hatch with this PN pen in the center of here. Very close together and just slightly rounded. Now you can go and add some other tangles to this and use your imagination. I always like, one of my favorite tangles is a little muka. I love vines that come out. I love to transform them into, you know, something a little different. So maybe I'll transform these into Springer. But you can see how much fun this particular little tangle can be. And even adding, I'm going to use a little crimson red in here on my brown. And then a lot of times I like to just come back in with my 05 pen and just give some little dots, aura dots. Just to give it some life. And you can see how just a little black and what it can do. Even a little bit of black down in the petals. This is where we really just play with the tangle after we get it done. And I try not to do this with an 01 pen because I'm so heavy-handed that if I did it with an 01, the tip would get crushed. So here we have Compass Daisy, lots of different ideas, a note card that isn't finished yet, and on a one that I can put on the inside of my tangle, my note card. But lots of fun with Compass Daisy. Thanks a million, Helen. Wish you the best, and everyone have a great day. And don't forget to tangle every day.